Insanity, 4th of July mass shootings leave 20 dead, 126 injured. This cannot be the society we are expected to live in. Amid celebrations and fireworks over the long 4th of July holiday weekend, cities across America were left reeling from the scourge of gun violence as mass shootings occurred at block parties and other festive gatherings. 20 people were killed and 126 were injured in 22 mass shootings that erupted across the country between 5 p.m. Eastern Time Friday and 5 a.m. Eastern Time Wednesday, according to the Gun Violence Archive, a website that tracks shootings nationwide. The website, which defines a mass shooting as a single event with 4 or more victims either injured or killed, reported that the holiday mass shootings happened in 17 states and Washington, D.C. Among the major cities rocked by mass shooters were Baltimore, Philadelphia, Boston, Chicago, and Fort Worth, Texas. This is a societal problem that we're dealing with, a mass shooting where a disagreement turns into 28 people shot. This is insanity, an emotional Bill Ferguson, president of the Maryland State Senate, said following a mass shooting that occurred at a Baltimore block party on Sunday. This cannot be the society that we are expected to live in. We have to do better. John Cohen, a former U.S. Department of Homeland Security Acting Undersecretary for Intelligence, said the holiday shootings highlighted the challenges law enforcement officials face with more and more people carrying firearms and using them to settle disputes regardless of innocent people getting caught in the crossfire. While typically we look at mass shootings from the perspective of whether it was ideologically motivated or motivated by some perceived grievance fueled by underlying behavioral health challenges, what we have also seen in this current threat environment is an increase of mass casualty violence as a reaction to disputes or disagreements with others, Cohen, an ABC News contributor, said. More, Philadelphia mass shooting, few answers an apparently random attack as suspect charged with murder. Cohen said it appears that both types of shooters were involved in the holiday mayhem. It's hot, people are angry, there is a return to people attending crowded public events, and more people believe it is justified to use violence in response to a dispute, Cohen said. So, when a dispute or argument escalates into violence instead of a fist fight, they are seeing mass casualty shootings. Philly shooting leaves 5 dead, children injured. One of the deadliest shootings unfolded over the holiday weekend in Philadelphia, when a man armed with an AR-15 style rifle, a pistol, extra magazines, and wearing a bulletproof vest and a ski mask, allegedly went on a rampage, seemingly firing at least 50 shots randomly at victims, according to police. 5 people, including a 15-year-old boy, were killed in the massacre that broke out around 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time Monday in the Kingsessing neighborhood of Philadelphia, police said. Surveillance video obtained by Philadelphia ABC station WPVI appeared to show the gunman shooting at vehicles at a nearby intersection. A 33-year-old mother and one of her 2-year-old twins were injured by glass, as her other twin was suffering from 4 gunshot wounds to the legs. Police said a 13-year-old child was also wounded in the incident. The suspect, 40-year-old Kim Brady Carricker of Philadelphia, was arrested and appeared in court Wednesday for an arraignment on charges of murder and attempted murder, as well as aggravated assault, reckless endangerment, carrying a firearm without a license, and other charges. Carricker is being held without bail, and a preliminary hearing has been scheduled for July 24. Police identified those killed in the incident as Lashid Merritt, 20, Dimir Stanton, 29, Ralph Morales, 59, Dodgen Brown, 15, and Joseph Wama, Jr., 31. This country needs to examine its conscience and find out how to get guns out of dangerous people's hands, Philadelphia Mayor Jim Kenney said. A person walking down the street with an AR-style rifle and shooting randomly at people while wearing a bulletproof vest with multiple magazines is disgraceful, but an all-too-common situation in America. 9 shot in nation's capital. The string of mass shootings included one in the nation's capital, where at least 9 people were wounded early Wednesday in a drive-by shooting, according to police. The shooting unfolded just before 1 a.m. Eastern Time on Meade Street in the northeastern part of the city. Assistant Chief Leslie Parsons of the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police Department told ABC News a dark-colored SUV was driving through the area when someone inside the vehicle began firing in the direction of some of our residents that were outside, just celebrating the 4th of July. No arrests were immediately announced. 2 killed, 4 shot at Chicago Independence Day gathering. A man was killed and 5 other people were wounded when gunfire broke out at a 4th of July gathering in Chicago early Wednesday, police said. A group of people were standing outside a residence in the city's Englewood neighborhood when a gunman opened fire on them at about 4:47 a.m., according to a police incident report. A 35-year-old man was shot in the chest and pronounced dead at the University of Chicago Medical Center, police said. A 20-year-old man, who was shot in the head and severely beaten during the incident, was pronounced dead at Stroger Hospital, according to police. A woman and 3 men were hospitalized with gunshot wounds, police said. No arrests were announced, and police said the circumstances of the incident were under investigation. 5 wounded in Boston. At least 5 people were shot and wounded in Boston early Wednesday when at least one gunman opened fire on a group of people who were apparently setting off fireworks, police said. The shooting unfolded around 2 a.m. Eastern Time in the Mattapan neighborhood of Boston, police said. All of the